Alors, ça va être l'Ontario, de l'Ontario, vous écoutez le son du sud-ouest.
Vous êtes rendu ici sur CIFA 104,1 FM, le son du sud-ouest avec Jay Hubbard, ta voix de Parava. Bon après-midi tout le monde, c'est 1h17, je voulais dire. Je vais faire les annonces communautaires de nouveau là. Je vais les faire toutes les heures pour faire sûr que vous avez votre chance à gagner. Il y aura une autre semaine pour le prélèvement de fonds ici à votre radio communautaire, Radio SIFA. C'est avec 5 pièces le billet, puis il y a des bons prix là-dessus. Le premier prix, c'est un Honda Self-Propelled Lawnmower, fourni par Leonard Secomo Limité, en automobile. Le deuxième prix, 2 chaises Adirondack faites de bois, fournies par Lowell Briggs. Le troisième prix, un gift certificate avec un valeur de 50 pièces de BCD Fisheries. Les billets sont à vendre à SIFA, ici, en Comoville, quand même, moi je suis à tout street. Vous me callez, je te peux d'aller. Quand même, les billets sont à vendre en Comoville et aussi aux deux caisses populaires de Claire, celui en Métégan et l'autre en Pointe-Église. Hâtez-vous et donnez-nous un call à 1-902-769-2432 ou allez sur leur Facebook page à Radio SIFA pour d'autres informations. Il y aura un débat des candidats pour la prochaine élection fédérale ce soir à 6h30 au théâtre Marc Lescarbot à l'Université Saint-Anne. Le public est invité à présenter leurs questions aux candidats. Je vais écouter les autres tunes ici, déjà d'autres annonces, des idées, d'autres stuff de même. Chacun ou moi, Guy, comme je disais, et Mom, et tout sortes de monde en passant ici au travail, à l'hôpital et tous les soirs, je travaille là. Va me dire hi là-dessus. Pour rester, je vais écouter la autre tune, Réal Leblanc, Tiens-moi dans tes bras. Hi. So yeah, was that act of fair? Just finished doing a little live on CIFA 104.1 FM, Le Son du Sud-Ouest. And yeah, looking to promote the area. I've got a contest going. Go to CIFA's webpage at Radio CIFA. You'll see there that real soon anyway, there's going to be a contest. Name that car, basically. So I'm going to look for the year, make, model of a picture of a car. Love cars, so I get to put out some stuff. Usually it's American muscle. I'm more... for sure. I was just kind of jamming, forgetting that I was on a live for a second there, which is kind of cool. Hey Chris, good to see you too. Hey, yeah, name that car. So let me know. I love me some Japanese vehicles. So there's a little hint. It's a Japanese car you're going to see there. And put in, it'll be on SIFA. The draw will be September 20th. So let me know. I'm looking forward to seeing who gets it right. Get to put your names in, do a random draw after that. Bang, you'll win a... start with a gift certificate from... Geese Ultramar. They were generous enough to donate a $35 gift certificate to use whatever you want for service with them, so feel free. Model. I gotta try to remember to not give you any hints. Maybe a way to get people on the lives is that I do give hints on the lives. Hi Nanette. I haven't heard from you in a long time. How you been? And yeah, just to keep you aware, not everybody is aware. I've got a show on SIFA 104.1 FM. I'm there here Monday through Friday, noon to 3, Atlantic Standard Time, for the lives. I'm actually at the office here about 8 o'clock planning my day. Then after the show, I'm off to the hospital to do my night job there. So kind of busy in the week. Don't have time to chat a lot, but hit me up for the weekend. I'd love to sit and chat. Kind of talk about ideas. Had a great opportunity yesterday. Spoke with Dr. Ansari. It has been a long time. Spoke with Dr. Ansari, and he was giving me some heads up on Muslim religion and stuff like that. Things I hadn't really heard of. Matthew Joseph Blin. Clara fa noir. What day of the week's Maker D? Yeah, if I remember right, Wednesday nights. I'm almost gonna need a vacation day from the hospital to do that. It's, the way I'm hoping that it works out is, say this week I'll be off Monday, Thursday, Friday. Next week I'll be off Monday, Friday. So Wednesdays might be a little rough, but we'll see. I'd love to be on there because that's the stuff I love to talk about. We were talking about, the implications of how most religions, it seems, have similar dogma, similar ideas, I guess, that kind of are at the base of their foundational core. And talking about that, it's almost come to a point worldwide where you could just have talks, all the different religious groups, all the different political groups, have talks and find the common ground and kind of go with that. Because in my opinion, especially religiously, every religion is nothing but that culture's opinion of what they think God is. So it's influenced heavily by their experiences, their locale, like things like that. Nonetheless, all stuff I love talking about. All can be a little woohooey at times, like they say. Yeah, Scientology. I'm just reading Matthew Blin's comments here. They have a Scientology episode coming up where they're sure they're going to touch on religion in general, no doubt. Scientology, in basic principle, to me, is sort of a good idea, but they've gone way out of whack with it. So, I like introducing science into religion. For example, evolution, to me, is a definite, without question, something that happened. And any god, in my mind, that's all-powerful, all-knowing, knows that things have to evolve to survive. So, I have my own theories on things like how you can introduce apes and humankind without going into stuff that's going to get people to go, whatever the hell this guy's talking about. Sorry, whatever the heck Tanuga this guy's talking about. For example, in the Bible that I know, the King James Version, for example, it says that God made the earth and all things around it, and then made Adam and Eve eventually. Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. He was then shunned and exiled, or made to exile the village. But then it says Cain married and had children of his own. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that Adam and Eve had sons or daughters of their own other than Cain and Abel. Actually, they go further on in Genesis to say that they celebrated the birth of another child further on after Cain had left. So who did Cain marry is the question. My answer to that question is very likely Cain married an ape that had evolved from apes to Homo sapien, just not Homo sapien sapien, our current existence, but Homo sapien, a somewhat sentient being that could use tools, that gives Neanderthal lineage and things like that a foothold. And it also says in the Bible that God made mankind in his image. So what image was he seeing? Potentially he was viewing the planet Earth and seeing the evolution of apes. And yeah, that was his image of mankind. So to me, those things correlate very readily. Also makes for a bloodline that isn't too shallow. Hey Amber, nice to see ya. So that sort of thing to me is interesting. It allows evolution to fit freely within the religious dogma of our King James versions or NIV versions of our Bibles, all that kind of lore. Hey Gavin, nice to see you. I love talking about this stuff, and I would more than anything, sort of like Joe Rogan style, love having guests on. Thanks, Matthew. I'd love to have guests on, basically, that love to talk about stuff. The Dr. Ansari I was talking about yesterday, he seemed okay with it. So, he is an atheist, but believes in the goodness of man. He believes in himself in that regard. And I couldn't agree more with that. We should be good no matter what your beliefs are. We just have to figure out what the good things are. And if it takes making a religion that believes in those things without going all berserk about making money, this one's going to be woo-hooey for some of you guys. So I apologize if you don't like it. Tune out. Come back later. I'll talk about something different on a daily basis, I guarantee you. But I am on CIFA 104.1, so my main thing right now is to make sure that this is flowing good. So in about a minute, 2 minutes here, I'm back on. So you'll have to excuse me. I'll just go back to a little blurb. Yeah. I agree with the good doctor as well. I consider myself a theist. A space theist. I believe in theism, that something sentient created us. And to me, that sentience was energy. It wasn't a little man in the clouds that chooses who dies and who lives. And if you pray to him, he goes, oh, good for you. You prayed to me. You're what I want. And we're going to make your things happen. That, to me, is not what God is. God is a feeling or an energy. And I've even heard theories of how the creation would have happened if God was energy. In my opinion, each of us have a unique opinion, a unique view that we are corporal beings. So we have 5 senses that we can experience the world through. We see, sight, smell, hearing, touch, taste. So those 5 senses allow the energy that hasn't got senses to experience life vicariously through us. So we're created almost to give feelings to the gods, to the things that were only energy. And in that standpoint, in that stance, every one of us has a wholly unique point of view what a strawberry tastes like, or what the color orange looks like. If you want to teach someone what sense is, if you were to teach AI what a color really is, it'd be like saying to a computer or getting a blind person to describe the color orange that's never seen in their life. Thanks Matthew, but I'm looking forward to talking to more people about this and getting on your show. And I'm on in just a couple seconds, so excuse me. Just going to jump back here and keep some people entertained on CIFA 104.1 FM, noon to 3, Monday through Friday with Jay Hubbard, your voice from down under. So just about 20 seconds here. I'm going to go to the days. Hi Francis.
Tous les jeudis soirs au Club des Lions de Metighan. Des nouvelles équipes tous les semaines. Pas d'expérience nécessaire. Soyez au Club Lion à 7h jeudi soir.
Bonjour, ici le groupe Route 102.
Vous écoutez
À Radio CIFA.
le son du Sud-Ouest.
Vous êtes rendu ici avec Jay Hubbard à Voix de Paraba. Bon après-midi tout le monde, c'est 1h31 couramment. Va donner les journées nationaux pour dire, I guess. Le 13 septembre, c'est embrasser votre boss. Hug your boss day. Donner la blâme à quelqu'un d'autre. Blame someone else day. Des journées de pensées positives. Positive thinking day. Défier la superstition. Defy superstition day. Et les kids prend over the cuisine. Kids take over the kitchen day. Ça, c'est kind of neat. Day. Journée nationale de arachide, de peanut. Journée nationale de Uncle Sam dans les États-Unis. Journée nationale de celiac disease awareness. National, je suis pas bald moi, but National Bald is Beautiful Day. Non, not du tout. Nous sommes toutes beautiful in our own manner, comme qu'ils disent en anglais. Je vais pas être sûr en français. Quand même, j'aime dire des jokes. Je suis kind of a joker moi-même. Je suis a class clown type of guy. Nonetheless, écoutez des tunes. Passe-moi vos idées. Donne-moi vos théories. Théories. Pas right dire. But pour austère, ça fera des tunes par Jay Turner appelé Misérable. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining me. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm just going to slide that down there. Cool. I'm not really sure what to talk about in my next segment. Got any ideas? What do you want to hear? Is there a party going on tonight that you want everybody to hear on the radio? Or I just thought of one actually. I was thinking of that earlier. Alexandra Rogerson. She does karaoke, and I don't think she charges people. Anyone out there know if she charges to go to, like, if she's at Dooley's, does she charge the karaoke performers to go on stage? If she doesn't, then it's a go-ahead. I don't have to worry about charging to promote her page. So that's one of the things, that kind of thing. Like, I don't know them all. You do. You might not know them all, but some of you love karaoke. And if you do, and you follow Alexandra around when she's doing her karaoke shows, let me know where it is. Is it at the Legion in Pumlico? Is it at Dooley's? Is it at Boston Pizza? Where is it? And we'll let people know this is where you want to go tonight. If you want to have a good time, go join Alexandra. Or there's a time at the Club Social des Îles down in Surratt's Island. You could go there. Grew time at Twin Village Social Club, Club des Acadiens in Saint-André-du-Sault. Yeah, we can make this area booming. There's always somebody looking for something to do. So let me know what it is. Especially Friday. People are looking for things to do on the weekend, and I can't be in all places at once. And like I said, working a couple jobs, so it's a little hectic at times. In that regard, I can't just go spend 3 hours looking for what kind of parties are happening or where people are going to sing karaoke or whatever. So please let me know. It'd be great. I would love to be your voice in that regard. And yeah, I was kind of giggling there. Matthew Joseph Blinn had some comments. He's like, dude, if that was your audition, you're in. Because they do a show Wednesdays. It's from 7 to 9, I think. I'd have to double check with the boys there. Claire au soir, comme ils disent en Paraho, what they could say up the line, Claire au soir. But we'd say Claire le soir. Sorry, can't talk. Nonetheless, I'm making sure here at the same time as I'm chatting, guys, on the porch, under the double eagle, you're gonna disappear. So I gotta make sure that I've got about a 2-minute song to get me to the top of the hour. So just while I'm kind of watching the Facebook here, my eyes are in this direction. That means I'm looking at the screens, making the show flow. So I'm gonna see if there's any tunes of mine that are gonna last exactly 2 minutes. Duration. Captain Pine Tar. No, that's an English tune. So local French tunes. Duration. Yeah, there's some 2-minute ones there. Les times de la baie, je peux. What's that? Les times, is it les times? Yeah, de la baie. Je peux pas ouvrir la porte. Je peux pas ouvrir la porte. Partez à la rapure. Anyone got some Myrna? Nature de Pumnico. A Metza. I'm going to put that one. Myrna d'Autremont. Because she's from Parambaisit. Myrna was one of the familiar faces in Sarmu when I was in school. Her and Mrs. T, Marilyn Tebow. And if Mrs. T's watching, thank you ever so much, Mrs. T, for giving me direction. I was kind of a spoiled apple, like they say in school. Didn't give a poop about anything other than partying and that kind of deal. And I tried out for Sarmu one day. I had a couple of years left of school, if I remember right. Mrs. C pulls me aside and she goes, "Jay," in her telltale voice, "if you want to be in Sarmu, you have to pass." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Like, just your course? Or all of them?" She's like, "All of them." Okay. So I took that seriously, because I wanted to be on stage. I was sick of being shy and have stage fright and stuff. And I wanted to be in front of people and sing some music, because that's kind of what my dream was. So I put my heels down, and next thing you know, I've got like graduated with honors, for example, 99 in most of my courses in grade 11 and 12, 98 in one of them, if I remember right. Got docked that extra percentage point because I didn't write the exams and the final exams at the end of the year. Nonetheless, changed the whole direction. I don't think I would have graduated high school was it not for that little push from Mrs. T. So thank you again, Mrs. T. Very much appreciated. It's all experience that kind of landed me in this spot, this opportunity. Thank you to SIFA for the opportunity to allow me to get my thoughts and opinions out there. I've got my feelers out for what I can say on the radio. That's accepted by a broad audience. I don't want people to be like, whatever, this guy's a nut, I'm shutting off the radio. That's the last thing I want. I want to promote the area, but I mostly want to talk to people, and even if it's only on Facebook Live, I'm gonna, or YouTube. I've been playing around with it, and the lives on YouTube are the same. I want to get some podcast style things, Joe Rogan style interviews, to talk about the big issues. All the big issues have 1 million, perhaps only 1,000. Either way, have a large number of small issues at their core that we can all solve, because we don't have to swallow what's being given to us anymore. The population, the general population, the layman, the normal person, we're so much vaster in number than, or more vast in number than the politicians or the elite, that we have the voices that can be heard just by the numbers. Yeah. One of the things that's kind of interesting, hello Julio, one of the things that's kind of interesting that I heard recently, I'm sure many of you, hey Ryan, sure many of you have heard about the 1%ers, the elite, that 1% of these people control 80% of the world's wealth. Well, if you were to take the entire world, including those that don't have internet and stuff, the people in the remotest areas of Africa and the East Sentinel Islands that don't even have any contact with the outside world at all, if you take all those people into account, we, as in North America, are the 1%. Hey Charles, nice to see ya. So North America, we have the 1% of the 80% of the world's wealth just in the first world countries, especially in North America. So that was something that was astounding to me. Because I know a lot of po folks. You know, there's a lot of poor people. If you have a house, especially a house and a car, or you're able to rent, you're working full time, especially. Those kind of things are unheard of in some parts of the world. Like they're making a loaf of bread a week type of thing for money. Still, like this is 100 years ago. What kind of money they're making around here? Just always be alert that are aware that I'm keeping eyes on this radio show to make sure that flows. That's my first priority. So again, thanks for tuning in on my live on Facebook here. I've never heard this song. So this is Myrna Dotremo. Should be the mum to Lise Newell and Serge. I married Albert Dotremo, who was a high school science teacher for me and taught oceanography for a lot of you folks. And she's singing a tune called Nature de Pumnico if you want to tune in. If you don't hear it over the waves here, over the live. Hey Arlene. If you don't hear it over the lives, then yeah, you can tune in 104.1 FM. There's radio players on your Google Store or your iStore. I think that's what it's called. It's evading me right now. Nonetheless, you can get your radio players there or listen on radio if you still have one around. It's not everybody that does nowadays. Yeah. Kind of got a little bit of information out there. My main goal, hopefully, is to talk to people and do what they call disseminate information. That basically means to take information, break it up into little pieces, and put it out there for the world to see. And that is what I hope to do more than anything. It may not always coincide perfectly with being a guest on my show on SIFA. But I'd like my lives to go in conjunction with that so that it kind of is a cross-promotion. So people will be like, hey, did you see Jay's live? He was talking about, for example, Matthew was telling me, Claude, that you guys are going to have a Scientology episode coming up. And we chatted about that. Oh, I won't tell him. But anyway, just so you know, Claude, Matthew said if what I was talking about was my audition to be on your show, I'm in. So, maybe he does know what he's talking about. Then again, maybe he doesn't. Go back to the start of the live and you'll see somewhere there, a few minutes in. Yeah. I crave information, basically, personally. Got to talk to Dr. Ansari last night. I believe he's Iranian, from Iran, nonetheless. And giving me some insight on the Muslim religions that I wasn't aware. For example, Muhammad's wife was kind of neat, what they were talking about. I'm going to be on in just a minute or so here, so just keeping an eye on that. Excuse me if I bump out for a second. Yeah, got about 30 seconds. So, Muhammad's wife was rich. She was a widower, or she had been divorced. He married her, got the wealth, used the wealth to create a followership, a religion, and said, if you follow my religion and have kids, you'll go to heaven. My God says you go to heaven. And with that, he ended up creating a populace that believed what he believed, and he proliferated. Et vous êtes rendu ici sur 104,1 FM avec Jay Hubbard, ta voix de Paraba. Comment ça va tout le monde? C'est 1h47. On va écouter toutes sortes de tunes. Ça fait l'acte de passer à la tune à Myrna Dotremo. So, Myrna, puis une femme, une maîtresse d'école, nous autres l'appelons Mrs. T. C'était Marilyn Thibault. Mrs. T et Myrna, c'était eux qui aidaient up Sarmu quand moi j'étais à l'école Je m'en souviens, c'était comme 96, 78, around là. Peut-être 97, 98 là, que j'étais sur Sarmiu pour la première fois sur un estrade devant tout le monde. Et avant ça, tout le temps, quand je regardais ça, j'avais stage fright. J'étais trop shy, trop honteux. Même quand je disais des présentations en avant de classe, là, j'étais si nerveux que je gardais à bas pour lire ce qu'était mon nom. J'étais comme, hi, moi je suis Jay, type of thing. J'étais way trop nerveux pour parler avant du monde. So, j'ai été faire mon audition. Mrs. T a dit, Jay, si tu veux jouer de la musique, faut que tu passes tes classes. Avant cela, moi je passais pas rien du tout. Je m'en souciais pas à propos de l'école du tout. Mais après cela, après qu'elle m'a dit ça, j'ai tout changé. J'ai passé gardé avec des honneurs. Et je me remercie beaucoup, Madame Mrs. T, pour être cette influence-là qui m'a changé la vie, really. Autre que ça, je sais pas, je n'aurais pas à garder du tout. Quand même. J'aime jouer des tunes, j'aime d'attendre des tunes, so si tu as des tunes ou des idées, passe-moi là, donne-moi un petit message sur Facebook, je suis là sur Facebook Live, so va me voir là-dessus. Pour l'instant, j'ai écouté Miracles hier soir. I'm gonna look right now, Claude, if you're still on. Yeah, I think you're still on. What did you write? Claude. What did you write? I don't see what you're talking about, Claude. Is a troll not... Claude's not only a troll online, but also in real life. Lives under a bridge in the whole 9 yards. C'est un beau logis sous le pont là. It's a nice house under the bridge, at least. I'm just kidding, Claude. I have no idea where you even live. But I didn't see what you wrote, Claude, other than don't trust Matthew. It's good to see, Faith. Sarmi was life-changing for lots of people. I'm one, she said, and I couldn't agree more. For myself. So yeah. Which one is Matthew Joseph Blin? Is he La Barbe? I can't see the picture. It's too small. I got La Barbe and I know it. There's another guy that's on there. It's usually sitting around the middle, if I remember right. But I'm not right sure. Just I'm seeing that I got about a 40-second overlap. I want to get that down. Crikey. La belle barbe. Ah, yeah. C'est une belle barbe. Tu te disais l'autre jour, c'était un waste à beau barbe. Can't remember. Ça faisait rire. It made me laugh, nonetheless. He's the barb. If you guys aren't looking at the comments, take a look. This is great. I'm the sex symbol of the group. Well, t'es changé ça, moi. I'll grow my barb out. I can't do that. I wear a CPAP mask every night. What? That reminds me of something. Another topic I'd love to. Doctors. The doctor. I don't know where to even start. Bin Laden, that's right. Wasted bull barb. Christ, I got that. But he was a scapegoat I don't know. I didn't get all your show, but I'm pretty sure Bin Laden was a scapegoat for the American elite. Gotta say, that brings another thing to mind. The elite, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, the people that started the central banks. Basically, the Jewish people, because of their superior intellect, on average, they had a bad rap worldwide, and people are like, we don't want them in our businesses. You guys deal with the dirty money. Ugh, that's the stuff of the devil. You deal with that. So these super intelligent Jewish people as a whole, they started their own banks. It ended up that the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and their the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, and their offspring were running all sorts of different banks, French bank, English banks, and the Battle of Waterloo. I think it was Rothschild, which is, I think, a Swiss term for red shield. Red, shield. He went and started selling out stocks, which made the other traders think, oh man, we must have lost. Rothschild selling his stuff out. So they sold everything. They sold all their interest in all the banks. Rothschild turned around, walked behind them, and bought it all back at pennies on the dollar. And they've been controlling the banks ever since then. So much so that they own the Federal Reserve that lends money to the United States of America. It's told that they made $17 billion from World War I in that time's money. $17 billion from World War I that the Rothschilds made. So that's one of the ideas. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. So I got a song to pop in here, about 2 minutes and 10 seconds long. Miles, throw another one of his in there. Excuse me a second. 2:10, Sleigh Rides, Christmas Be With You, Blue. I'm gonna get my own tunes here. Dudasiano. Kind of doing 20 things at once here. 7:12, 7:50 miles by 58. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Marsh. I'm gonna throw Jacques in. It's gonna make me about 30 seconds late on the meteo, but that's just fine. So the other thing I wanted to talk about on my live is just gonna make sure. Excuse me a second. I'm gonna make sure that my weather report is up to date time-wise. So my 1 o'clock weather report. That's good. Instead of a coloring book, get a diamond painting. I'm going to make some with cars and maybe some good-looking people. Don't want to be all-inclusive nowadays. Nonetheless, here's the next topic. Doctors. I have what's called central sleep apnea. It means my brain doesn't tell me to breathe regularly while I'm sleeping. So, it doesn't matter what you do. There's the natural occurrence of breathing patterns doesn't happen for me. I have a touch of obstructive, which means when you lean back, your throat kind of closes. Typically, when you have a little bit of obesity, that'll happen because the fat will kind of push on your larynx. Nonetheless, I have obstructive sleep apnea. And for doctors, unless they have a dog in the fight, you can't convince me otherwise. They're not going to spend 3 hours figuring out exactly how to cure central sleep apnea for a patient that they see for 15 minutes once a month. It's just how it's going to be. Like, unless they're affected directly, I can't see how it would happen. So there's a lot of things, like prescribing antidepressants. In some cases, all you have to figure out is what's wrong that caused the depression to start with. It could be completely situational, like maybe they're being driven to their wits' end at work, maybe at home. You never know what's causing it. But you can't assume that a doctor's got all the time in the world to figure out what's wrong with you and solve it. So they're going to push the pills, something that's going to be a comb over that kind of makes things a little better. just for example's sake, there's a book by Johan Hari. He was on Joe Rogan. Johan starts with a J, Jhohan. I got a giggle at these comments that are coming through. Thank you. We got some Jacques Surette playing there, and then I'm gonna have the weather coming up on the top of the hour, so you'll have to excuse me for a second. Yeah, there. Johan Hari was talking about a Hamilton scale that rates depression, where 0 is as ecstatic, as happy as you could possibly be. 0 on a Hamilton scale is as good as it can go. And I might reverse these. And I think 52 is acutely suicidal, so you're right on the cusp. You're pretty much jumping off. So, on a Hamilton scale, a good night's sleep reduces your Hamilton score by 1.8. 1.8 on a 0 to 52 scale. Increase just by a good night's sleep. Antidepressants, clinical antidepressants, to a 0.6, 0.6 drop on a Hamilton scale. So nowhere near half. Sweet, yeah, Jacques is awesome, man. I couldn't agree more. So yeah, good night's sleep is more than twice as good for your mental well-being as most of the clinical antidepressants, and they're starting to see with double-blind testing that placebos in some cases, which means it's nothing, it's a sugar pill. Placebos give you, if you have the feeling that you're taking a pill that's going to make you feel better, in some cases placebos have just as good an effect as some of the clinical antidepressants. But in that regard, there was a sort of placebo effect when they were first made popular in the 80s. So people were like, oh my goodness, there's finally something out there to cure me, to help me. And just the feeling of optimism in that regard made it so that they were feeling better at a much greater amount. Yeah, that's my problem too. Believe it or not, if I have like 1-2 beer, any drinks before bed, I wake up feeling like I drank a 2-4. Like, just lays me out beyond repair. And it's because it exacerbates the lack of oxygen. I stop breathing, or I breathe even less. But it's about that time, so I'm just going to go here and read off the weather. You can make fun of me all you want, because I'm good with that. In Franglais.
La météo est commanditée par Homofuse. Ici, pour vos besoins de chauffage, Fuel La Botte est logué depuis 1960. Toujours fier d'aider un nouveau client.
C'est couramment 2 heures. Conditions étaient observées à l'aéroport de Yarmouth. C'est 17 degrés Celsius, généralement ensoleillé. Le pression barométrique, c'est 103,1 kPa. Puis il reste là. Vent du nord-est, 20 km par heure. Ça donne vent du nord de 20 km par heure, maximum de 19 degrés Celsius, indice UV de 6 ou élevé. Ce soir, ça va des clearing, minimum de 8. Samedi, le 14, ensoleillé, vent de nord sud-ouest, 20 km par heure avec rafale à 40 le matin, maximum de 19, indice UV de 7 ou élevé. Pour la nuit, samedi, nuageux avec 50% chance de showers, minimum 14. Dimanche, nuageux avec 30% chance de showers, maximum de 20. La nuit dimanche, passage nuageux, minimum de 13.
La météo est commanditée par Homofuse. Ici, pour tous vos besoins de chauffage, Fuel La Botte est logué depuis 1960.
Just so you're aware on the Facebook,
Fier d'aider un nouveau client.
that weather is en français québécois, and I'd never ever heard the word dégagement for clearing at night. Like, généralement ensoleillé. Beau soleil, that's what we say. It's nice out. Oh, regarde ça, c'est beau soleil dehors. Look at that, it's nice out. Généralement ensoleillé. At night, if it was cloudy, it's clearing. Ça clear. The temps haut, Mum and them would have said, which is basically indicating that the barometric pressure is going up. Nonetheless, none of that makes any sense to me. Dégagement for clearing? Never heard of that. Lisa, the directress general here, general director, I guess, was telling me that there's some kind of crazy thing for frost. Some weird, I don't know, can't remember it. I'll have to Google that when the time comes, but thanks for putting up with the weather in Franglais. You're on my show with CIFO 104.1. Claude has a question. Give her, Claude. I'll go with my station ID later. You might have to type it, so I'll talk. You're here with me, 104.1's FM. You can join me there on your apps and stuff. If you go to Google Play Store or iCloud, no, Apple Play Store, whatever the heck that thing's called. Go there, download a radio player, and you can listen on your phone, or you can tune in on the radio at work, driving to wherever. Looking to promote the area. Claude has a question, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it is. Let her rip. Dunye. Back her up and roast her. One of the there, Paraba and Paraho say their numbers different. What's the proper way? Good question. I've got an answer to why that is. Could start with that. So Paraho, up the line, we call it Clare, all those general areas. They would say 90. So 4, 20, 10. 4 20s is 80, obviously. Add 10, 90. So you have to do math. And there's a really funny joke if you look up this guy from I think Boston or somewhere in New England that's got a great skit about that. 90 ou 90. 9 not being T, 9 being 9, 9 T, 90. Ou 80 4 20s 10. Hi Danica. What's the right way? So, when we emigrated from France, so when the Acadian people came here, we were coming here to escape prosecution from taxation by kings that we didn't necessarily want to be our leaders, didn't believe in that. So we left in very similar fashion to the Knights Templar, who probably did that when they were being persecuted in 1203, which brought about Friday the 13th being Bad Luck Day. As I understand it, basically there was King Philip the Fair and the Pope, I forget, Pope Benedict. New York Cabbie, okay, yeah, it was a good one, Claude, nonetheless. Pope Benedict and King Philip the Fair. France had been through a lot of wars fighting off the Northmen, the Vikings. So they owed money to the church that they had been borrowing it from, and the church was owing money as well. I'm not certain who to. Nonetheless, they got together and tried to dethrone basically the Knights Templar, and they charged them with heresy and burned a lot of them at the stake and just hunted them down. Hey Colton, nice to see you. So they hunted down the Knights Templar, just like the Acadians when we were being deported. The Knights Templar would have fled, probably inland, found some people that they could take asylum with, and then took off for North America, because they had William Sinclair, I think it was a Templar Knight, or at least had ties thereof. He was a Scotsman, and Nova Scotia, being New Scotland, he followed that tie back, made settlements here. Just got a couple minutes till I'm on live again. So the Templar Knights, they think, made settlements here, which kind of makes sense that the Acadians, les Acadiens, came here after and took over those settlements and the ties that they had to the Mi'kmaq. It's kind of ironic in that regard that the Mi'kmaq flag and the Knights Templar flag are almost identical if you look them up, and that's alluded to very often on the Curse of Oak Island. So look that up. We're all a sort of pagan. A lot of people think the Knights Templar were the warriors of God and they were Christian, or Catholic especially. Not necessarily so. They were of pagan belief. They believed in spiritualism, that there was something bigger than us that created us, and that was about their only tie to religion. but they did fight wars in assistance to the religious. Yeah, so they fled. Acadians came here. That all happened before France standardized their French. So the King's French, like it would have been known, only happened after we left. So some of the people that came here would have said Nanot. Some of the people would have said Quatre-Vingts. I believe the Quatre-Vingts, I'm getting ahead of myself. I believe that a lot of the reason that depression is so prevalent in the Acadian regions is because we were forced to assimilate either into the English culture, and I've got a story about that, or we were forced to assimilate to Quebec French. Excuse me a second. Et vous êtes rendu ici avec J. Hubbard à Voix de Paraba. C'est couramment 2h08. Bon après-midi tout le monde. Faudrait que checker Claude Godet. C'était grave un show les lundis au soir. C'est de quoi 7 à 9h, je m'en souviens. Clair après il fait noir. Ou comme qu'ils disent Paraho, clair après il fait noir. Je checkais justement comment différent que nos accents ils sont. So, Paris c'est je dirais, moi je dirais, pas tout le monde, mais moi je dirais 1990 ça fera 1990. Paraho, beaucoup de monde, peut-être pas pour tout le monde, beaucoup de monde ils diraient 1990. Ce qui me concerne à moi le plus, really, pourquoi que disent de quoi différent, c'est pourquoi. So, l'histoire que moi j'ai entendue, quand que les Acadiens avaient venu par ici, c'était en suivant les Knights Templars qui avaient venu ici premier, c'était en France aussi, et il y avait eu des persécutions par le roi du temps, le roi Philippe le Fair, qu'il appelait, puis peut-être Pope Benedict, je m'en souviens pas. Ça, c'était avec le 13, les vendredis 13, Friday the 13th. L'histoire là-dessus, c'est basically que le 13, c'était peut-être comme le premier vendredi après le spring equinox. De quoi, moon-based, par exemple, que tout le monde, tout sur Terre, pourra faire. So, il y avait claimé heresy à les Knights Templars et il y avait brûlé sur des steaks à beaucoup des hommes là dans les Templars. On a dit qu'ils avaient quitté, ils avaient été au nord à Scotland, et il y avait un William Sinclair là, si je me souviens, lui était un Knights Templar et tout, dans Scotland. So, Nouvelle-Écosse, Nouvelle-Scotland, était jusqu'à les Knights Templars, avaient été dans les 12-5, ça c'est around de ce temps-là. Et il y avait un hit, basically, worldwide, qu'il a tué tous les Knights Templars sur, et ça ended up à 8 sur un Friday the 13th, vendredi le 13. So, c'est ce qui fait que dans la superstition-là, tous les gars ici avaient mouru et personne ne savait pourquoi. So, en disant cela, dans France, quand nous autres avons quitté, et peut-être été dans les villages que les Templar Knights, que tous les Français avaient commencé, quand nous autres avons quitté, le roi du temps à ce temps-là a point fait à France standardisé. So, c'est après le King's French encore. So, quand ils avaient quitté, dans un deux autres, une région de France qui disait 90, et dans une autre région de France qui disait 90 ou 80. Et c'est même que les langues, les dialectes ont changé. À ce que je ici, c'est beaucoup souvent que je fais dire du stuff qui est manière québécoise. Comme, par exemple, quand je lis le météo là, je dirais un dégagement pour le soir, quand les nuages quittent le soir, ça c'est du dégagement en français québécois. Pour nous autres, maman disait par exemple à matin, le temps hausse, qui voudrait dire barometric pressure ça hausse. So, ça fait beau quand le barometric pressure hausse. Moi je dirais clearing. Obviously c'est un mot anglais, mais ça fait de la rime. Ça c'est un mot par ici que je disais, ça fait de la rime, par rapport ils disent pas ça. So, nous avons des dialectes de toutes sortes de langues partout around ici. Quand même, je vais écouter un autre tune par Annick Gagnon, Mon Chéri. Just hi, Tati Lane. Wednesday. Claude, to Corla, cool, tell Corla. Wednesday, Chalair. Mercredi. Moi, je me trompe, mardi, mercredi. Steady, jamais ça bien. I'd never say mardi or mercredi right. Chalair, 7 à 9. So, quitte-moi savoir là-dessus. Yeah, those conspiracy theory things there. Knights Templar went to William Sinclair, who went to Nova Scotia, who joined up with the Micmac and became Glooscap, the Mi'kmaq god. That could all be tied in quite readily. Makes sense that they would have established villages and friendships with the Mi'kmaq, and then the Acadians came here. We became so well established with Mi'kmaq that the British were scared that together we were too strong a force to overcome. So they forced us to leave. See you. Deportation time. Story. I'm just going to write notes here. Amanda's lineage. So, a neat story. My wife is from Digby. Speaks only English. Wednesday at 7 till open, or 7 till 9. Anyway. Hey Kent, nice to see you. I said Monday. Ha! That's right, I was talking about Kristen and those guys. Oh my! Anyway, my wife's lineage. Maybe Acadia being Protestant, not Catholic. Fra. Protestant is pretty much all encompassing, so they were like, never mind you and your religion. I'm leaving. I'm protesting this religion, I'm leaving. Protestant, so yeah, for me, everyone that didn't imbibe in the Catholic was labeled Protestant and considered heretical. Religion as a whole, for me, there's too much dogma in it. Mostly because they're all money making. So I believe there's a lot of pagan beliefs out there. 7 to 8. Mercy Claude. There's a lot of pagan beliefs out there that, just for example's sake, a case in point, when the Spaniards went to the Mesoamerican, the Middle Americans, like Amazon and Costa Rica, those places, they saw those people partaking in mushroom ceremonies with something they considered something acatl, nuna nakatl or something, the flesh of the gods. Was a type of mushroom that they ate, and when they ate it, they saw what they considered the gods and made communion with the gods by having these ceremonies. Almost like eating the Corpus Christi that we do in Catholic. When the Spanish saw that, they realized if humankind can eat something and commune with the gods, we, the churches, the middlemen, are no longer necessary, and we're going to go under. We're going to sink. And we can't have that. So they made that, they abolished it. They called that communion with the devil. And that was almost completely wiped off the face of the earth, apart from one friar who had a journal and made journals about that kind of practice. So to jump back, I'll give you some English before I go into the French here in about a minute. My wife's lineage, she's an Amero, A-M-E-R-O, from Digby. Her grandmother was a D'Ambrose, they call it. Her mom was a Melançon. All French names. All of them went to the Loyalists region. So they were Acadians that became Loyalists that went nearer Cornwallis, the British settlement, and Annapolis. And yeah, they lost their entire ancestry, basically, their French ancestry, so went completely English. Even that's interesting to me. Like, she's got more actual French lineage than I have. I've got Bourke, Hubbard, Poche. She's D'Ambrose, Amiro, Melançon, all French names. Kind of interesting that how it was that was forced upon the people. So I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Et vous êtes rendu sur 104,1 FM avec J. Hubbard, ta voix de Paraba. C'est 2h17. Il faudra que parler sur Facebook Live. C'est intéressant, je trouve. Il y a beaucoup d'occasions Paraba. Comme tout le monde d'occasions, c'est pour sûr. Peut-être pas tout le monde sur la Terre, sur la planète. Les occasions savent qu'on avait la déportation, le grand dérangement, comme ça t'est appelé. So, moi, je trouve que c'est intéressant. C'est pas tout le monde qui a été déporté. Par exemple, mon mari, Amanda, le nom familier, son nom familier, c'est Amiro. A-M-E-R-O. A-M-E-R-O. Amiro. Ça, c'est obviously, ça, c'est un nom Akajon. Amiro par ici, A-M-I-R-A-U-L-T. C'est adiffaçon. A-M-I-R-O. Sur le bord de sa mère, c'est des Mélancins. Mélancins, qu'il appelle ça par là. Le bord de son père, Amiro pour sûr, c'est un disait, mais sur sa grand-mère, c'était d'Ambroise, d'Ambrose, qu'il appelait ça eux. So, ça, c'était des Acadiens qui vont dire, c'est quoi, je vais pouvoir quitter ma province et ma terre, va signer ta déclaration ici. So, je vais rester, je dirais, proche d'Annapolis ou Cornwallis jusqu'à les Anglais étaient. Et elle ne parle pas français du tout. Elle disait que sur un des bords, peut-être son grand-père, le grand-père et son grand-père parlaient encore français, mais il avait honte de ça. Il ne voulait pas que nobody savait qu'il parlait français. So, ça a tout arrêté. So, c'est intéressant comment j'étais de même. Je suis forcé de quitter. C'est peut-être ça qui nous fait, je trouve que les Acadiens, et moi-même inclus, il y a beaucoup de dépression dans notre culture. Peut-être c'est à cause de beaucoup, artsy. La culture, les arts, la musique, la danse, peinture, dessiner, tout ce stuff de même, c'est du stuff que nous avons des passions pour ça dans notre vie. Et c'est peut-être ce qu'il fait, je sais pas. Ça, je trouve beaucoup souvent dépression et les arts, comme des comédiens comme Robin Williams, ça c'était young. They're enlightened. Je parle sur quoi ça fera en français, enlightened in a way. Ils voient la mode d'une façon que n'a pas quelqu'un d'autre qui le fait. Quand même, je trouve peut-être la dépression, c'est à cause que j'étais forcé à soit quitter la province ou être anglais. Et ceux qui sont venus back en français, j'étais forcé de prendre le français québécois, pour notre culture. D'une façon, c'était comme pour pas être proud d'être acadien. À cette heure, je trouve, veut aider à être à voix. Que les Acadiens disent, c'est sur Nubac, c'est ce qui fait sur des Tatamars, par exemple, que je là sur du Tronamas, c'est ça dit basically à tout le monde, les Acadiens sont ici pour rester. Écoute nous autres, j'avais à voir, écoute-la. Ça c'est une merde trop sérieuse pour la star. Je vais jouer des autres tunes ici. Les Gaspésiens, ma maison, ça va être un ça. Je vais voir ce qui se passera. Quand même, enjoyez-vous ça. Heroes, Ivan. Thanks for joining me. So yeah, this is my show, noon to 3, Monday through Friday, Atlantic Standard Time, because there are some that are in wholly different time zones. No, Travis, Cutro, and Taunt Una are in New Zealand, so today is tomorrow there, so... Quoi c'est que ça, Audrey? J'avais un panty snatcher sur la butte à Miro. Quoi ça parle? Et c'est ça que ça va? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? I don't know. Ça c'est des news. That's new to me. I'm half scared to say that on the radio. Qu'est-ce qu'on s'appelle Claude? Hey, t'es rendu avec J. Hubbard ta voix par là-bas. Na panty snatcher, butamiro. Oh, crapo. Chenzo qui vole des panties. Un petit pervert. Just get petit pervert qui pas d'internet. Like... Why would you go steal panties? Don't you have internet? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Smarten the heck up, dude. Tate femme, je sais pas. I'll be all inclusive there. Yeah, I know. Quittez vos panties all down. Na panties thief da bitamiro prenez-vous garde. Frère Frankie McDonald. The got lucky fell weather. Get your panties inside! Get your panty chips ready! I'm just kidding, sorry. I don't mean to make fun of you, Frankie. I think you're great. But it's fun. Come in. Be the voice of the people. Seriously speaking, Kostokrotsa, Claude, could I make a joke out of that without insulting too many people? Hey, Troy. Just in case Troy's not paying attention to the comments, discussing whether I should air on Sifa that there's a panty thief in Ameros Hill. I don't know. Is that breaching the line? Like I want to get to the line and pique some interest, and then be like, yeah, I'm almost there. No, I'm gonna pull back. I don't know. Maybe I'll call Lisa and Emil and say, all right. He used to be one. He's probably the same one as serial panty thief. I always try pushing the limits. Yeah, I might too, but middle of the day, I'm gonna actually call them. So I'll have listening to the radio here. I'm gonna have them on the phone. 1-9-0-2-769-2432. If you don't like what I'm saying, call 1-902-769-2432 and tell them. I'm calling them to ask. I don't know. Hi, City Marion. Hi, Marion, said Jay. She had a weird question. So, na chedzon sumo Facebook Live. Kadi, if you're the voice for the people, let them know na panty thief da Miro's Hill. Speti deer sasules old. Na panty thief cum de draws. Na chedzon ki vol de draws da Miro's Hill. So, de draws. The underwear. Aplosa de draws parise. Take pas chivo. I don't know if I can say that. C'est trop loin de dire ça. De femme. Yeah. Off de la ligne hard. Ça fera du mode rire pour sûr. Mais ça fera peut-être du mode fâché. Je sais pas. Thank you. Yeah. Lizzie, I have them on the phone right now. Say hello. I was just talking to Marion at Sifa. Ava cherché, she's going to get Emil Blin. See what Emil thinks. Emil's a cool dude. Jim, I like Emil, like Lisa. So far, everybody I talk to here at Sifa's awesome. Gotta say that. If you want a good group of people to deal with your business, go to at Radio Sifa. Yeah, that's my business. Passarak Claude, or passing cause jet pour Emil, he said. Passarak dear, like rack put far aware, up to date. I don't know the word. Gardre. Na voleur de draws sur la Bitamiro. That's what I'm going to say on the air, I think. I'll parle de ça, alors écoutez Hurt le Bling sur la ligne hard. I don't freaking know. Stuff over here. Come on. This reminds me of another idea while I'm waiting again. I took a little break during the last break, and it brought something to mind. Garbage cans in public washrooms should be next to the door. That is some funny stuff. Garbage cans or the other? Marie sits avec Claude sur ma Facebook Live. So, comment j'ai 3 minutes. Na un panty thief sur la butte à Miro. Peux-tu mettre ça sur les ondes? Okay. What about Chizaki vole des draws? Oh, really? Okay. Good to go. Okay. Wait. Okay. Right. Right. Can't be hearsay sort of thing. So... Moi, je suis un serial thief. Je vois des céréales, moi-même. Yeah. Yeah. La céréale, ma petite fille, là, Captain Crunch, man, j'aime ça. Yeah. Je peux te dire, public awareness, thief? Anything like that? Okay. Okay. So ça a été un perfect segue pour sur la ligne hard. Yeah. C'était que froid. Va sortir la tune à Hurt ici. Et ferait sortir plus tard. Cool beans. Exactly. Le Madre, if they have reports. Cool beans, merci beaucoup. Proud back. That's jamming to the rock music. Good.
The prize amount of the CIFA Bingo lucky number Friday, September 13th.
Rock and roll.
$1,000 for the 6th
So,
week of a maximum of 8
keep you guys aware. I'm going to call the RCMP, la GRC, see if they got reports of an underwear thief in a mirror sale. If they have, I'm allowed to air it. That's the only. Just so you know, Claude, Matthew. C'est Matthew, comment ça va? How would I say it? Nonetheless. So I need date officiel par la GRC. You can put it on the air if it is. If not, can't do it. It's just hearsay and we can get sued. There. Anyway.
Bonjour, ici Dylan Hurdle du Centre scolaire de la Rive-Sud. Vous écoutez à CIFA, le son du Sud-Ouest.
Et vous êtes rendu ici en tout stretch avec Jay Hubbard, ta voix de Paraba. C'est 2h31 et ça va right vite que je ferai fini. Malaisé à quoi? Wow. Quand même, c'est vendredi l'après-midi. TGIF, comme qu'ils disent ça. J'ai Claude et Matt. J'ai dit mauvais. J'ai dit, commence-moi l'heure, que Claude et Matt, il y avait un show lundi. Leur show, c'est mercredi, de 7h à 9h typiquement. Quand même, c'est clair au soir, comme qu'ils disent ça. Paraho, Paris c'est clair le soir. Et lundi, c'est le show à Jean-Claude Saunier, à Christian Leblanc et Andrew White. Ça fait pas de la rime. Et je plane, hopefully, je ferai sur yon ou les deux shows, là, ben vite, allez voir. Vous pouvez me rejoindre sur Facebook Live, voir sur Jay Hubbard et tu me trouveras là. J'ai des lives typiquement callions avec le show. Aujourd'hui, Lisa a venu me visiter, so j'ai pas fait live tout à fait au commencement de mon show, mais quand même, c'est good. J'avais écouté des autres tunes ici pour nous rendre le fait de l'heure. Et, hopefully, je vais parler une autre fois là avant que je quitte. Bon après-midi tout le monde. C'est Petit Bellevaux, ça va tout bon. Kaiser. Come on. Okay, Audrey. I'm gonna back up. So Audrey was just telling me, just to keep you guys aware, and I slide my messages down. Hi Amy, happy birthday. Did somebody let you know that I said happy birthday? Do you go by Amy May or Amy? I'm sorry, I'm not really sure. But anyway, never called the cops, so hi Deanna. So I heard at Carl's store that, I'm going to say on my live because I'm not tied in directly that way. Heard at Carl's store that there's somebody that's stealing panties. Voleur draws sur la putamiro. So I'm gonna announce, if you go to my live, you're going to see a topic that we talk about. And in light of that, I'm going to play Hurt Le Blanc sur la ligne hard. So yeah, that way I kind of cross promote. I can segue sur la ligne hard because they're stealing panties off a clothesline, ligne hard. And so my next little segment is going to be thank you. Have a good weekend. Let me know what's going on for the future. And I know there's Alexandra Rogerson does some karaoke around the local areas. I don't know where she is when, so if somebody could let me know. I'm hoping to get in touch with her. Didn't have a chance today. I know everybody's always looking for what's going on, where's the big party sort of thing. Is everybody joining up at Dooley's to do karaoke, play some pool? What's going on? So I'll just say, hey, go join Alexandra at Dooley's Friday nights or whatever it is. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just point to that. Kind of be a voice so people know what's going on, and hopefully get Paraba here to start tuning into Sifa and or my lives. Some big topics I'd like to rip apart into their little chunks and see if we can solve each little piece of all the big topics and put it back together with a nice coherent, nice efficient flowing solution. That'd be outstanding. For a time, I was thinking maybe that was my calling, to find inefficiencies in businesses and bring them to light so that people would realize, hey, if we change this to that, it'll increase our efficiency by this much. While I'm waiting to go back on live, I might as well talk about that. At one point, I was cleaning ORs at the hospital, operating rooms. So I was doing that. I still work there nights, for now, Monday to Friday as well. But so I was cleaning ORs, and I was noticing that during a surgery, doctors and nurses don't have time to worry specifically where their garbages are being thrown. So there's these bags, yellow bags, that are biomedical waste, that are meant for things that could potentially contaminate somebody if they were to ingest or in some cases touch them if they're sharp. So they, like needles, have sharps containers, a lot like diabetic people put their little needles in there. So yeah, nonetheless, yellow bags, biomedical waste, and I was noticing that there were Tim Hortons cups or gloves or things that didn't necessarily need to go into the biomedical waste containers. So I started writing down just CIPES, like getting an idea of the weight. I'd pick up the bag and be like, yeah, that's 5 pounds or whatever it is. Did the math somebody's asked me if I can switch jobs tonight. Yeah, I can do that. Just let's see if I can jump back there. Sorry. Continue. So I'll continue the broadcast. I'll go onto the Facebook here, see if I can answer there. I think people at work are asking if I can do. There. Okay. So, weighing the bags, getting the weight in kgs, guess them in pounds because that's what I know. Then look at each bag, get a guesstimate of how much of blue bag content, recyclables, clear bag content, trash, yellow bag content of actual biomedical waste there was in each bag just by looking them over. And with any experiment like that, if you do a large enough sample group, you get an approximately accurate average. So I did a large sample group over a month, 50 or so bags, sample groups of what everything was, did the math, got the price per kilogram for each different type of garbage. So for example, recyclables are 14 cents a kilogram, regular garbage is 6 cents a kilogram, I think it was. Yellow bag garbage is $1.19 a kilogram, if I recall, so more than 10 times as much as recyclables, which were the most expensive. And the reason being is they send those to Dartmouth and incinerate them to make sure that it's not a contaminant for the environment. It turns out if you expand that to the entire hospital, it makes about a $30,000 to $50,000 overage in the handling of the waste. The catch is, how do you address that? You can't necessarily have someone there catching all the garbage and sorting it, because they could get stabbed by a needle or something that could cause them long-lasting grief. So we can't have that. So yeah, for now, I've been in talks with management a little bit, and I might actually do that again tonight when I go in, just to keep them aware of what's up. And yeah, I think we can address that in some manner and potentially save the hospital. Just Yarmouth. This isn't province-wide. Just Yarmouth. You could pay somebody just a decent wage and still come up maybe $20,000 ahead on budget-wise, just in those yellow bags. That's not including mishandled waste in clear bags or blue. So I haven't done any of those calculations. They don't pay me to do them. I just did that when I wasn't busy. Yeah. If April's watching, okay. I can't find my cursor. There it is. Okay. There. I'm just getting a recommendation for some videos I gotta check out here to come. 2:41. So I'm on in about 5 minutes or so. Cool. Thanks again for tuning into the live. I'm a little bit chatty. Too much coffee today. Tired, and excess of coffee makes for a chatty J. Gotta say that. Amanda's lineage. I got it. Now, an inside joke sur mon Facebook Live que j'ai pris. So yeah, to go back to that, it's almost a disclaimer. So a disclaimer, whoever I've gotten word that, hello, Audrey's got some funny, no doubt, Audrey. I got some rumors that there was a panty thief in Amiro's Hill. This is one friend directly telling another friend who put it on my Facebook Live. I would consider that accurate enough information. But because it's not official, quote officially an official notice from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP, GRC in French, I can't announce it on the radio because we could be sued for slander. Craziness. So what I'm gonna do, I make a disclaimer. This is only my thoughts, but now an inside joke sur mon Facebook Live. Et je vais jouer à la tune à propos de ça. And hopefully you guys get to giggle a little bit. Hurt LeBlanc sur la ligne hard. So that's that. This is my opinion. Also, in my opinion, if you're stealing panties from someone's clothesline, get internet. Get internet. If you're a kid, get your parents to pay for internet. Tell them, I'd rather not have to steal panties. I want to go online and look at pictures. Or, if you're an adult, get a life to start with. Get a girlfriend or boyfriend. Get internet. And busy yourself that way. Like, I don't know. If you have a job, if this is just your thing, cool, okay. Go buy some satin from a fabric store. I don't know. Go buy a $3 pair of used ones at Frenchie's. It's obviously what you're into. I don't know. I don't know what panties cost at Frenchie's. Anyway, all Jay Hubbard's opinion. And I'm joking. Jokes. Don't be offended. Don't come cry. It's a joke. It's meant to make people laugh. Nonetheless, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, I'm just. Are you still on the live, Audrey? If you're still on the live, Bohemian Groove. What's Bohemian Grove? Bohemian Grove. I've heard of that. Joe Rogan and Alex Jones went to Bohemian Grove. It's a gathering of elites. Is that right? They kind of dance with horns in their head or some crazy thing. Is that the one? I feel like that's what it was. Joe Rogan and Alex Jones, when they were buddies, that's how they got to know one another. Big Owl, yeah. It's crazy what the elites are doing. I feel like maybe the elites have been running things for a long time. We could talk about that another time, but I got a quick live to do here, so you'll have to excuse me. Vous êtes rendu ici sur 104,1 FM avec Jay Hubbard, ta voix de Parabash. Ici, de lundi à vendredi, 12h à 3h Atlantic Standard Time. Well, c'était un bon après-midi. Ça, c'est mon dernier petit segment avant que je quitte, là. Merci pour m'écouter. Je sais que tu dis stuff des fois que beaucoup, c'est out there, du woohoo kind of stuff. Quand même, des fois c'est intéressant. Now, petit inside joke ici. So, pour tout a commencé, peut-être tu sauras quand je parle. Si tu sais point, tu peux aller sur mon Facebook Live. C'est mon opinion, so, sur mon point. Je jokerai. Quand même, merci beaucoup pour venir. Ça va être Hurt LeBlanc sur la ligne hard. Fifty-two. Hey Marc, comment ça va? Man, the icons on my phone are so small. I'm going like, who's that? Oh, it's Betty. Hi, Betty. How are you? It's good to have you guys on the lives. Hi, Lara. How are you? Long time no see. I'd say I wish it was. I said the same about Betty, but I'm just kidding, Betty. I'm having a good time. I'm just looking right now for a song that's going to fill in the last few minutes. I've got about 53, 7 minutes, so 2 songs, roughly. Got any requests? Bom, bom. Sorry. It's a catchy tune. Hert, H-E-R-T, Le Blanc, Sur la ligne hard. If you like down-homey style Cajun tunes, you're going to like that one. Just saying. Hert Le Blanc, Sur la ligne hard. Good tune. And it fits great with the... fits with the inside joke that's going on my Facebook Live there. Simon Audrey, tout le monde voit mes fesses. Whoop. There, so now I've got about 4 minutes to fill in. So I'm going to go 4 minutes. Thanks again for being on the live there. Local English stuff. Alexandra Rogerson. She's local. I was talking about Alexandra just a second ago. Ville d'Outremont, Brenda Doucet, Carmen, Dan Dion, going on to Hands of... What are these tunes? Five, 58, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wonderful. Good. I'm just checking out. Tu like the sushi? This is Simone Andre. So yeah, if you're just joining for the first time, excuse me, worked last night and I'm back today at 8. Yeah. You probably may have heard me speaking Franglais, Fringlish, the language Paraba, Paraho, all the Acadian folks. We still speak old pre-King's French in France. So we speak our own dialects, as you may be aware. And yeah, I've got the show on CIFA 104.1 FM. It's Monday to Friday, noon to 3. Join me there, Atlantic Standard Time, for those of you that are in different time zones. Join me there if you want on the radio. You can go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download a radio player. Join me there, 104.1 FM. Or on an old school radio. When the power's out, crank your transistor radio and listen that way. Yeah. All sorts of topics, ranging from religion and politics and the pyramids in Egypt and what I think that was. Hey, Jimmy. Pyramids, who I think built it. I don't think that it follows dynastic periods of Egypt at all. King Khufu, or Pharaoh Khufu, I don't know what his title was, Khufu nonetheless. They say that he commissioned the building of a pyramid, and the school of thought from the archaeologists, the Egyptologists, say that the pyramid was built in 25 years. The catch to that is there's 2.2 million stones in one pyramid. They weigh between 2 tons and 80 tons. Average of 2.5 tons, I think. Some of the quarries where they got the rock were 500 miles away. And if you were to lay 10 stones weighing an average of 2.5 tons per day, it would take 664 years to build just the Great Pyramid of Giza. Maybe I'm hungry, I don't know. Anyway. So, explain to me how Khufu commissioned the building and it's said to have been built in 25 years. But if you put 10 stones a day, it takes 664 years. What I think happened is the Great Flood that 500 cultures talk about, like Noah's flood style event. 500 cultures from the Sumerians all over, everywhere in the world have flood lores. Those great floods, it seems, could have happened, say, 11,600 years ago at the end of the Younger Dryas period, the last ice age. There's also evidence on the Great Sphinx of water erosion. That evidence, basically, when you see it, and if you've ever watched water carve out a bank or a hill, it makes vertical striations in the hill. Those striations are congruent with or fit with water erosion. Sand erosion that would have happened in the desert is a uniform erosion that would usually go with a trade wind. So it would kind of go in that general direction or wear uniformly on one side in congruence with the trade winds. So, that said, Dr. Robert Schoch from Boston University, can't recall where he's from, but he's a doctor in geology. He concurs that the erosion was water erosion. Catch is there wasn't water on the Giza Plateau since the end of the Younger Dryas period. Also the time when mastodons and saber-toothed tigers and stuff died in such a great quantity that even in Roman times when Jesus was on the earth, Romans were going to Siberia and getting mastodon tusks out of the ice at that point because they died in such large quantities. There's one mastodon that was hit so hard that it cleaved his femurs, if I recall, on all four legs, threw his body behind into the muck by something that hit with such great force that it was able to cut the femurs on a mastodon the size of today's elephants. So, were there a flood, and you're in the Giza Plateau, and a flood happens, and you've got a small population of super advanced, super good, super smart thinkers, and a large population of workers, a working force. Just listening to Dan Dion's tune in the background here. So yeah, water in the Giza Plateau, they have to flee the water to stay alive. And probably, so let's say 1% of the population lives, so that leaves maybe one hyper-advanced scientist-style person. Sort of like today, if it were to happen. There'd only be maybe 1% of the Elon Musk kind of people out there that can invent things from scratch. The rest of them would be normal people. Like, you throw me in the woods today and tell me to give you a call. How long is it till I can figure out what's necessary if I'm alone in the woods? How long is it before I can invent a cell phone and towers and all that stuff and call you? It's not going to be tomorrow. It's probably going to be a little while. It'll be my kids that figured out all that stuff. That said, say 10 generations later, the water's gone and they start looking, they're running out of food, they go looking for different places to inhabit, and they have their like nomadic tribes, sort of like our ancestry shows, and they get to the Giza Plateau and they see the pyramids for the first time, and the little kids are like, "Daddy, who built those?" And he's like, "We're the only people alive, it must have been us." And that's what I think what happened at the pyramids. Because otherwise, how can you explain a pyramid that's said to have taken 25 years to build, when you do the math, 2.2 million stones at 2.5 tons each, 10 a day takes 664 years to build just one. That's not even taking into account the advanced technology that they must have had to build it. So, thanks for listening. I'm going to have to tune out here real soon because I got to run to town to my second job. Guess we're going to see what comes of that. And yeah, thanks again. Looking forward to getting some ideas. If you've always been curious about something and you want more information, let me know what that is. Might be something I've already looked into. So my head's always spinning. Got nothing better to do than listen to podcasts or whatever when I'm at work at the hospital there. And let me know. I'd love to hear your ideas, thoughts, figure out what's going on, what happened in the world, what brought us to the point we're at now. Again, thank you very much, and looking forward to having you Monday to Friday, noon to 3, to go in conjunction with my SIFA show, Atlantic Standard Time. And have a great weekend, everybody.